kids. Quickly. Let's go. Ray jump. Go. He's close. Let's go. Get this fucking bread. Go clear one more. Let's go. Wait later. Go.
No special instructions. Lake Eland, no warning messages. Stand by!
What?
Fire! Let's go! HCPD, verify! Verify!
Full clear!
Roger!
Prisoner around!
Ram!
Ready to draw!
Drill. We need to move now.
Let's go!
I say red, it's clear!
Drill!
We just want the line! I'm in short right!
Lake Eland, no warning messages. Stand by!
What?
No warning messages. Sit on. Let's go. Park.
Waiting on everyone to get in. He has the pictures. Yeah, I just need your first and I'll say.
터졌지?
표적지.
또 언제도 터질지.
Hang it! Fire! Let's go! Let's go! Fire! Fire! Go! Let's go, fire! Fire! Hang it! Hang it!
Fire!
Shot over. Fire!
Fire! Hang it! Fire! Hang it! Like put it in. Fire!
Last round! Last round!
There you go. Hang it! Fucking side there! Drop the play!
이번 연합훈련을 통해 한미 부대는 상호 작전 수행 과정에 대한 이해를 높였고 협조 절차를 수달하였습니다. 이로써 우리 맹호부대는 연합작전을 통해 더 강력한 화력과 더 빠른 기동으로 반드시 싸워 이기는 결전태세를 더욱 확고히 하겠습니다.
Okay, so I really see that as a couple questions. And I will tell you, nothing motivates a U.S. soldier to be all they can be more than sleeping 10 miles from an adversary. And when that adversary is firing ballistic missiles, it provides an incredible focus to this training. And that's what you have here right now. Motivated soldiers conducting focused training. This focused training is really what we expect to do in time of conflict. Defeat the enemy and secure weapons of mass destruction from further proliferation.
Questions?
It is as realistic as we can make it, in that our purpose during times of conflict is to defeat the enemy and secure weapons of mass destruction from further proliferation. And we've incorporated that into this scenario all the way up to the CTL sites where we normally have to secure, which is the location where weapons of mass destructions we expect to find. Well, everything we're doing right now is defensive in nature. We are not being offensive, we're being defensive in nature. And as I mentioned earlier, it is strictly a training event. We do it twice a year and we're going to continue to do it. And it's what we expect to do in conflict, and to be good at it, which I think everybody in South Korea or in the world wants us to be good at it, we have to train at it. So I will say that this exercise we're doing right here validates a lot of how we are building readiness. This is the largest training event we've had in 6 years in this area for 2nd Infantry Division. And the issues we've come across, as we've worked through, logistics, interoperability, nothing of it has to do with our readiness. So this is the first time we've done training with a Stryker Brigade. 2-2 Stryker from Joint Base Lewis McChord has joined us. And it is a much more efficient platform for what we expect to do at times of conflict. We've incorporated it into the training for the first time, and it's performed magnificently. It is everything we've expected to do and better. Its efficiency, its ability to maneuver, ability to get closer to the adversary in training environment has exceeded what we expected it to do. So we talked earlier, this is the largest training event we've done in 6 years. And how that changes is it validates the U.S. Army's military concept of multi-domain operations. We brought that in, and we've used both non-lethal and our lethal, whether it's the A-10s, the H-64s, the long-range precision fires, down to the Stryker and mortars. We brought them all together with non-lethal, and we've been able to provide more than one dilemma to our adversary. And that's different than what we did before at the individual company, battery, or troop level, where they are training individually through these lanes. It's bringing all of them together. This scenario is as realistic as we can make it, and it is what we expect to do during time of conflict. That is defeat the enemy and secure sites which we believe have nuclear, biological, or chemical weapons and prevent further proliferation. This is the first time a Stryker brigade has been on the peninsula. A U.S. Stryker brigade has been on the peninsula. They've replaced the Armor Brigade, which left here about 6 months ago. I think it's the realization that the Stryker is a platform, is more efficient and more tailored to what we expect to do here. The restricted terrain, the road network, the Stryker being a wheeled vehicle just performs better and more efficient than the Armor Brigade Combat Team. The Armor Brigade Combat Team was great, but the Stryker Brigade is more tailored to what we expect to do here. So I can't talk about years back, but I can just say right now, this is what we expect to do in time of conflict. So are we focused on CBRN? The answer is yes. We are focused on CBRN for this exercise right here, and for the last 14 days, defeating the enemy and securing sites from further proliferation. The drones here are part of the entire system or network that we incorporate into all weapon systems we have here. We talked about earlier from the AH-64s, the Apache, the MLRS, the Stryker vehicle, the mortars, the individual at the ground. The UAS is just incorporating that entire network. Allow them to see. I think it's, we start off saying that nothing provides more motivation to be all you can be for the U.S. service member than to sleep 10 miles from the adversary. And when we see these provocations, we know that we need to have a focused training on it. Ukraine has reinforced that. Ukraine, all success in Ukraine, we see the alliances, we see the alliance here for the last 70 years, and has reinforced our commitment for the next 70 years and why we need to have that alliance.